This is the most creepiest story. This story surprised me. Elias stared at the wall. 98 tally marks, each gouged into the rotting pine with a rusted nail. Tonight was the 99th. Tonight was the night the ancient, unseen forces of the Viridian Wood had promised him his freedom or his death. And tonight, infuriatingly, was New Year's Eve. He had expected the end of the 99 nights in the forest to be marked by a celestial alignment or a thunderous storm. But the curse was far more mundane, far more psychological. It demanded survival until a clock, any clock, struck 12:01 a.m. on the morning after the 99th sunset. Elias, a cheap digital watch, scavenged from a previous, less fortunate visitor, glowed a sickly green, 11:34 p.m. The cabin was silent save for the rasp of his own breathing and the hiss of the dying stove. Outside, the night was tar-black and bitterly cold. He knew they were out there. The Watchers, the things that had killed the others. They were drawn by light, by sound, and most of all by hope. And tonight, his desperate hope was a palpable, screaming beacon. At 11:50 p.m., the silence broke. It wasn't a growl or a scratch. It was a noise like dry leaves dragging across stone, repeating in an unnatural cadence. It was counting, mocking him. Elias pulled the worn blanket tighter, gripping the rusty axe head until his knuckles were white. The Watchers hadn't attacked in force since Night 72, having resigned themselves to the statistical certainty that no human body or mind could survive the full 99. But they were back for the finale. They wanted to witness the clock turn. 11:58 p.m. The counting stopped. The outside air pressure seemed to drop, forcing the smoke back down the chimney. Elias could feel a chilling presence pressing against the thin wooden planks of the cabin walls. The wood groaned, stressed less by wind and more by weight. The digital watch blinked, mocking the final minute. Elias shut his eyes, trying to block out the suffocating feeling of being observed by 100 predatory shadows. The pressure intensified. A sliver of glass in the tiny, grime-coated window shattered inward, not from impact, but from sheer focused dread. Elias waited. He heard the clock tick over to 12:01 a.m. He had done it. He had survived the 99 nights. He was free. Slowly, his muscles aching, Elias opened his eyes. The cabin was still standing, the fire still a dim orange coal. The forest was silent again. He stood up, dropping the axe. A faint, icy tremor ran through the floorboards, not like an earthquake, but like something huge sighing deep underground. He walked to the door and shoved it open. The forest looked exactly the same, dark, ancient, and endless. But there was one difference. On the doorframe, right beside the 98th tally mark and the newest one he had just made for night 99, a new tally mark had appeared. It was scratched deeper than the others, and it radiated an unbearable, cold sense of permanence. The label above the count had shifted. Where it once read nights, it now read years. Elias looked at his watch. 12:03 a.m., January 1st. The most creepy New Year ever was just beginning.